Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Every day I'm trying to bring a summary of the Ukrainian front and, a general overview of what's going on over there, what has been going over there for the past, in the past 24 hours. So I have this beautiful article here, which I pick from the Ukrainian side, so that helps a lot. This is from Saturday, the 28th of January 2023, because over there is already Saturday, so this is 6:15 GMT. This comes from MENA FN, but via Ukrinform. Ukraine Air Forces launches 8 strikes on enemy. You have here MENA FN Ukrinform. Ukraine's Air Force launched 7 strikes on enemy clusters and another on the positions of anti-aircraft missile systems. This is stated in the report of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine as of 1800 with 6 p.m. on January 27, published on Facebook. And I'm quoting, Ukraine's Air Force launched 7 strikes on enemy clusters and another on the positions of anti-aircraft missile systems. During the day, anti-aircraft missile units of the Air Force or of the Armed Forces of Ukraine shot down a Russian Sukhoi 25 and a Mi-8 helicopters. At the same time, missile and artillery units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine struck 2 invaders' manpower clusters, the report reads. The General Staff spotted the intensified activity of the enemy's aircraft in all directions. So, the Russians are using aircraft more. That means they kind of allow themselves to do that because of what? Air supremacy? I don't know. Let's see. During the day, the Russian invaders launched 24 airstrikes, 7 missile strikes, and more than 30 MLRS attacks. As a result of the Russian attacks on the civilian infrastructure, is never the military infrastructure or anything like troops or something. It's always the civilian infrastructure of the towns of Kindrashivka in Kharkiv region, Chasiv Yar in Donetsk region, the villages of Kemishani and Kherson in Kherson region. Civilians were killed and injured. The building of the Kherson Regional Infectious Diseases Hospital was damaged. And I'm quoting, despite significant losses, the enemy continues offensive operations to improve its tactical positions in Bakhmut, Lyman, Avdiivka, and Novopavlivka directions. Again, it's very interesting that Novopavlivka is coming and going. Every other week, there's nothing there, and then all of a sudden offensive operations. Anyway, so Bakhmut, Lyman, Avdiivka, and Novopavlivka directions. In Kupiansk, Zaporozhye, and Kherson directions, the enemy defends itself, the General Staff informs. In Volyn, Polisia, Sivershchnya, and Slobozhanchina directions, the situation has not changed. No enemy offensive groups have been detected. The areas of Senkivka and Timonovich settlements in Chernihiv region, Volfine and Timofivka, and in Sumy region, more than 15 settlements in Kharkiv region, including, and I'm not going to read them all because I'm going to break my tongue. Alright, were hit with tanks, mortars, and artillery. So we have here 15 settlements in Kharkiv region were hit with tanks, mortars, and artillery. As I said each and every time during these summaries, whenever you read tanks, usually that's an offensive operation. So we had here settlements in Kharkiv regions, 15. Now, they don't give details because it's just a general overview of the developments. In Kupiansk direction, the enemy launched mortar and artillery attacks on the areas of Dvorichne, Sinkivka, Kucherivka, Ivanivka, Berestove in Kharkiv region. Novopavlivka, Stelmakivka, and Miasoharivka in Luhansk region. Now I read this every day, but maybe not this ones. What's interesting is sometimes obviously I have difficulties in reading all these Macimpompichka, Pikapalonchka, Kopalavonchka, and some after 2 or 3 repetitions I kind of know how they sound, but I have seen some new ones appearing here that I'm like Pikapalonchka. So then that tells me that since I encounter problems reading those, must be new settlements. I don't remember all these settlements from yesterday or the day before, but my tongue says, hey Emil, these are new ones because you hurt me real bad. Anyway, in Lyman direction, that's an offensive operation over there. Makivka, Nevske, Dibrova in Luhansk region came under fire. In Bakhmut direction, again, that's another offensive, a Russian offensive. More than 20 settlements were hit, including Vesele, Bilohorivka, Blahodatne, Bakhmut, Shasiv Yar, Klashchivka, Bilahora, Druzhba, Zaliznia, and New York in Donetsk region. See how easy all that was? In Avdiivka direction, again, Avdiivka is a Russian offensive operation. Berdych, Avdiivka, Nevelske, Krasnohorivka, Marinka, and Novomikhailivka came under enemy fire. Guys, I'm expecting you to memorize all this by tomorrow. And it's homework. In Novopavlivka direction, the enemy again shell Bohoyavlenka, Vuhledar, and Zolona Niva in Donetsk region. In Zaporozhye direction, Zeliznie Ilinka in Zelene Pole in Donetsk region. And we got some more here in Zaporozhye region. 20 settlements in total were struck. In Kherson direction, we got a few settlements here, including Kherson, came under MLRS tube artillery and mortar fire. As the General Staff noted, the enemy continues to use the network of civilian healthcare facilities in a temporarily occupied territory to treat its wounded soldiers. Thus, in the city of Krustalny, Luhansk region, the invaders deployed and I'm quoting, field hospital in the premises of the city hospital, where Russian servicemen and Wagner Group mercenaries are treated. In addition, Russia continues to rob. Clear and to the point. In addition, Russia continues to rob. That was okay. According to available information, since February 2nd, the enemy has been creating a commission at the nuclear power plant in Enerhodar to check 2 power lines of 750 kilowatt to plan restoration works and supply power for the electricity transit from the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant to Russia. Well, since Zaporozhye nuclear power plant is now in Russia by Russian law and how's that, referendum, then what do you expect? Anyway, occupied territory, I guess, I don't know. In the temporarily captured resort village of Zalizny Port, Skadovsk district, Kherson region, the Russian so-called administration conducts census and confiscation of businesses, guest houses, cafes, restaurants not re-registered under Russian law. So this concludes this long summary of whatever happens over there according to the Ukrainians. In addition, the Russians rob. Okay, they didn't mention rape yet, but usually they do that too, and killing this and I know it's not funny, but it is the way the author of this or authors of this little piece of article created it, put it together. So to note, the most important, I think, developments here were the areas where the Russians conduct offensive operations to improve its tactical position in Bakhmut, Lyman, Avdiivka, and Novopavlivka directions. So those are where things really happen. Besides that, the Russians, in addition, they rob. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. And don't rob.